That hot summer day, I started out from my townhouse in the Virginia suburbs of Washington, D.C., to make my way into the heart of the nation's capital. That day, I decided to make my commute easier by taking the bus. I would ride the bus for 45 minutes to the train, get on the train for 30 minutes, and then spend another 15 minutes walking to my office. That hour and a half commute each day, each way, 5 days a week, was getting me to a job that I told myself I should love. I mean, why else would I be spending that much time getting to and from? Plus, the benefits were spectacular. My boss was super supportive, and I got to travel to exotic places I never would have gone to on my own, like St. Petersburg, Russia. I should have loved this job. Yet every Sunday night, in anticipation of the work week ahead, I felt sick to my stomach. A dozen years into my post-college professional life, I was thinking, how the hell did I get here? Well, because I was chasing jobs that my resume said I could do. With each new opportunity, I fluffed the skills to get the new job to do exactly the same thing over and over. Plus, I could nail an interview like there was no tomorrow, wooing the interviewers, telling them everything that I thought I should say. Why, yes, I am detail-oriented. And yes, I am highly organized. So I made my way down the street that day, and I turned a little corner, and there was the bus stop sign just within view. And then I saw it, the bus, roll right on past, because the bus driver saw no one yet waiting at the bus stop. Damn it! Now what? I would have to turn around, trudge back up the street, load myself into the car, and start that long commute all over again from square one. As I approached my car, I, like that darn bus, just kept going. Up the stairs, into my house, threw my stuff on the floor, locked the door behind me, and plodded upstairs. I put my PJs back on, I called in sick, and I went back to bed. What's wrong with me? I mean, I had done everything the smartest people in my life had suggested. Go to a great college, they said. Get a great education, they said. You will land in a great job and everything will be great, they said. Decidedly, that morning, hiding under the covers, everything did not feel great. I actually made it onto the bus and the train the next day into that job that I told myself I should love, and I was dreading it. And another dozen years later, I figured out it was time to stop shoulding on myself. To stop shoulding on myself and figure out what I really wanted. And in those 24 years, it also occurred to me, it does not have to take this long. And now I have to help other women get to where they want to be much faster. I have to help other women stop shoulding on themselves and create a work life they'll love. It boils down to 3 things. 3 things that you get to define and decide and choose for yourself. And when you define these 3 things and all of it comes together, you will have that decision filter that you can use for the rest of your professional life. This 3-part decision filter starts with defining your why. Why do you get out of bed and go to work every morning? What would propel you out of bed to get to go do what is meaningful to you? Because I truly believe that we all want meaningful work, to know that what we do matters to someone or something. What's your why? Take Erica. Erica landed in a great job selling intricate medical devices to surgeons who performed intricate brain surgeries to save lives. Erica loved her job. And guess what her why was? It was not the life-saving aspects of her job. Nope. Erica loved sales. She loved the thrill of the chase and taking the client to the close. That was Erica's why. It also didn't hurt that being a great sales professional afforded her the life of luxury that she had always dreamed of. Erica's why was closing the sale and living a life that she loved. So when you consider your why, think about this. Maybe your why is a who. Is your why to help a group of people? And then my next question is, who are the people? Are they doctors, lawyers, at-risk youth, consumers, employees, leaders of an organization? Jenny was a quality manager in a hospital, and she decided that her why was to serve the patient. But she thought about it a little bit longer and figured out that not really. Her why was around a different group of people. Her why was about getting the doctors and the nurses and the technicians and administrators and the rest of the staff together to create a culture of high quality. And she could see the connection then to how that would impact better outcomes for the patients. What's your why? The second part of this 3-part decision filter is your where. Quite literally, what is the environment that will allow you to do what you do best? What's the culture? Is it very buttoned up and serious and academic? Or is it a little more laid back? Sharing a wacky sense of humor with your coworkers and quoting crazy movie lines. What's your where? Kristen worked for a very long time in a university in Colorado. And she worked there for several years and enjoyed it, but always felt like the PhDs that she worked with didn't truly appreciate her hard-won, hands-on experience. She decided it was a time to define a new where. A where that would allow her to not have to have the highest level degree for a minimum level of respect from her colleagues. She's now a consultant with an instructional design firm, and her colleagues and her clients alike truly appreciate her hands-on practical experience. Just like Kristen, part of your where will be the culture and the people. Who are the people? Who's your boss? What do you want that relationship to look like? Who are your teammates? And what do you have in common with them? And what's unique about you that's a value add to that team? What's your where? Admittedly, that hour-and-a-half commute each way every day, 5 days a week, was a big part of why I was sick to my stomach on Sunday nights. And now that I know what my where needs to look like, I choose never to commute again. What about you? What's your where? Do you have your own personal desk? Maybe with a door and a window? Do you book a different space each day? Do you go from coffee shop to coffee shop? The beauty is, like these fierce females, you get to decide and choose your where. The last piece of this 3-part decision filter is your what. What do you do? What would you like to do all day, every day, because it's something you just enjoy? Also think about your natural talents and your strengths. Now, let's be clear. I am not talking about your job title. Your what is actually the functions that you perform each day. So why not go ahead and figure out what you do best so that you get to do more of that? And work will not feel quite so much like work, but more like a productive adventure. Maybe your what is gathering information and crunching numbers and deciding to create data-driven choices in your organization. Are you the master planner, able to pull together people and projects in the perfect moment at exactly the right time? Maybe you're a little like me, brainstormer extraordinaire. See 1,000 possibilities to come up with that one great idea. Maybe you're like Michelle, whose what is literally working with tangible, practical things. Michelle earned her bachelor's degree and her master's degree as an adult and is now an award-winning archaeologist. Her what is digging in the dirt, uncovering and unearthing treasures from the past to help people understand the societies that came before them. What's your what? Now that I know what I do best, I choose a what that allows me to do that every day. When you put this all together, when you define your why, your where, and your what, just like I've done, it comes together as that decision filter that you can use to make better choices. In 2010, I defined my why, my where, and my what, and I landed in a great job with a fantastic company where I stayed for 11 years. Then at the beginning of this year, I started to feel like maybe there was kind of a misalignment with the direction that the company was going in. I pulled out the decision filter, and this time I reconsidered, I reevaluated, and I redefined my why, my where, and my what. And I've figured out very quickly that indeed, that job that had served me and that I had served so well for 11 years was no longer a fit. But this time, instead of having a moment like I'd had all those years before, I didn't should on myself. There was no hiding under the covers, no shoulding, only intentional choosing. Thank you.